Abundance, abundance, and gratitude to all. I have a couple questions before I push play on this video. Why no other race of women speaks about black men in a toxic manner the way that our own mothers speaks about us? Because females come before males. We all have a navel, which means a woman preceded us, and only the so-called black woman can reproduce and produce a black man. So my question is, why no other race of women speaks about black man, the so-called black man, the way that our women do? That's the only question that I want to ask. And I hope that I get an answer.
5 reasons why I prefer to date a black man. Before getting started, I want to say that 5 reasons why I prefer to date a black man. Before getting started, I want to say that 1, not all black men hold these traits. I don't think every black man walking is like this, because everyone's a human being in their own person, right? Also, other men from other races can also hold these. This is just my experience for the 100th time. When I am single and dating, I will consider all races. But let's get into it. Reason number 1, dominance and masculinity. And this goes beyond their physical appearance, although it doesn't hurt. I love a man that is masculine, dominant in a healthy way. That provider energy. I don't gotta tell them that they need to work. I don't need to take care of them. Without me, they're gonna do fine. Reason number 2, I don't have to tell them to bathe, ever. I spend a lot of money, time, and energy in my appearance, and I want my man to do the same. And cleaning themselves with a washcloth, big plus. I am neurodivergent. I also have trauma. So I do not want to walk on eggshells. I don't want passive aggressive. I just want you to tell me how it is. Black men do that. I don't ever have to question what they're thinking or if they're bothered. They're like, this is what's up, Stephanie. Which I also appreciate in the talking stage, because I never have to guess if a black man is actually into me. He lets me know right off the bat. The affection and intimacy and closeness is top of the line. Adult activity is more than just that. I feel like I'm more than just a body laying next to them. Gentleman level times 10. Open the door, open the car door. A year and a half that I've been with my man right now, I have never carried in a bag or a luggage. One time we had to switch rooms and he told me to go lay down, and he moved all of our stuff while I just laid in the bed like a little princess. I've never felt disrespected by a black man before. The character values and ethics for me has always been top notch in the black men I've known or dated, even just friends. Now again, not every black man's a great man. This is more than 5, but I love a man that's protective and territorial in a healthy way, not you're not wearing that kind of thing, but that's a lot of skin, Stephanie. It's not for everyone, but I love that. I've always been treated in such a respectful way that it makes me want to return that to them. I want to match that energy. I love a man that I can just have natural chemistry and connection. I've also found that most black men that I come in contact with are just funny as hell. I love laughing. I love it.
Now, let me just say this once again. This is, like she stated, this is not every so-called black man. But for some odd reason, she seems to only run into the so-called black men that are gentlemen, that are funny, that are ambitious. And I'm trying to figure out, why isn't that our sisters are running into the other ones that they're talking about? I'm just confused about that. Now, once again, I will say the energy, what she said, is reciprocal. So the energy that you put out is going to give that man the reason to say, go lay down in your bed. Let me go move all these bags. Let me lift these bags. Let me bring these bags in the house. Because guess what? There is no argument. There is no combativeness. There is no, heard what she said, I like a man that's masculine. Hey, listen, that's too much skin. Need you to put in no arguments behind that. She takes direction from a man. I am not advocating for none of my brothers, and y'all know this. And anybody that listens to this video, if you don't understand science, get off my page. And if you don't understand that I do not advocate for my brothers to be sleeping outside with another race, because it's genetically not healthy at all. Genetically not healthy at all. So understand and overstand that before somebody come on here and say, Kalai, you're advocating for other women over picking women over black women. No, I'm not. I am not saying that these women are better than black women. There is no woman on this planet that can ever match the genetic and the spirituality of a so-called black woman. She is the organic, original woman, and damn sure no artificial species can do that. However, I have to ask the question, why is it that there is no other races that are complaining about so-called black men the way that our race are complaining about black men? Why is that? That is something to be, for my brothers, that is something for us to be, that's something that we should look into, because now we have to ask ourselves a question. Is it really us? Is it really us? I'm not talking about boys. I'm talking about men. I don't advocate for boys. So if you fucking a boy, that's on you. I don't talk about them. So we have to ask, is it really us? And then you have to see, you have to understand and understand one thing. White men, when they seek to have, when they seek a black woman, it's only for them to talk about through their friends that I've actually had sex with a black woman. I actually been with a black woman. They're not starting families with you unless they know that you are a complete 100. But you have to be let me explain something to you. When a white man starts a family with a so-called black woman, you have to be a complete total asset to him, financially, all layers. You have to be that to him. He is not going to start a family with you. Point blank and simple. And y'all can get mad at me for all you want, but you can look around. Look around. Other races of women actively look for black men. Other races of men don't actively look for black women because they're not seeking to have families with you, seeking to have a good time, seeking to have an experience with you, but to literally say, I want to have my children, I want to be settled down. When other races of women go to deal with us as black men, they want the whole shebang. I want you to be my man. I want you to be my husband. I want you to be the father of my children. I want the whole shebang. When a white man is dating you all, he is not dating you to start a family. That is not his first priority. That is not even what he's thinking about. He is more so, I slept with a black woman. And I know that's hard to accept for a lot of you, because you know what y'all gonna do? Y'all gonna pull out one woman that is married to a white man and say, well, look at this relationship. But then look at across the entirety of the board that our women right now are dating outside of their race, dating white men outside of their race. And you look at the entirety of the board, you don't see marriage and you don't see children. You're not. And more importantly, even more so now, because they becoming sterile and it's becoming even more acidic for them to even sleep with you. And on top of that, I also want to say, and I really want my sisters to think about one thing, and my brothers, you can look at this too. Any of our black women that love and been with white men at one point in time in their lives, they develop a sense of hatred for our race. Just think about that. Just look at it for 1 second. Look at, even down to Candace Owens, look at any of our black women that actually are dealing with white men, have had sex multiple times with white men, and look at their attitude towards our race now. It changes them. That uric acid, that mucus, that shit inside their blood and their semen, it changes the so-called black woman thinking for the whole. I mean, it really changes how she perceives our race in its totality. I appreciate you all. Again, I just want your thoughts. Once again, I am not advocating for black men to be dating or dealing with any other species outside of your race. That is treason. I'm not advocating for women, so-called black women, to be dealing or dating having sex or dating any other race outside of your race. That is treason. That is destroying your bloodline. I am not doing that. The number one question here is, why don't we see other races of women speaking in the manner about black men the way that our women are speaking about us? That is a valid question, and that's all I want to know.